Hello, Nils and the world. So, Nils and I have had a tiny little conversation on my YouTube page. He started asking about inserts on the SSL6. And now he's asking about using this crown rack as inserts. And, okay, let's do it the simple way first. He asks, have you used it together with your interface, my crown rack, to go directly into your DAW? And that's what I do mostly. Is have them set up as, plugins in the DAW. Super easy to do in Cubase and Nuendo. You see the list there. It mirrors this. And here's a track with a fake guitar, contact guitar, and you see I have both my hardware LA4s and my hardware MAG EQs inserted. Just in the regular plugin spot, so no trickery there. And then he asks, if so, are you happy with it? Yes, that's the simple answer, very happy. Because this and this, I don't have any plugins that do what they do. There is a sonic difference between, the MAG real EQ and the virtual EQ. There's a huge benefit to the virtual EQ with the recall, but they don't sound like the analog one. They sound similar, but not the same. I have a video comparing them. And, things like the analog mojo, inserting these preamps and just cranking the mojo button. It sounds so analog. This 560, pure magic. I do have really good virtual ones. They don't sound the same. They sound good, but not the same. And absolutely nothing. I think someone explained to me that my LA4s here are modded and they just sound incredible. And I use them in dual mono, and that to just give some analog magic. This here thingy I use for recording only, and it's going to stay that way. That's one piece of hardware I don't see a benefit of using in mixing, because the 11T76s from UAD are just as good or better than that one. But the benefit of this one, of course, is I use it when I record. So you have some peak control, for example. So that's a huge benefit of having it as hardware. Am I happy with it? Here's the sad part. Recall. So I would highly recommend getting into the habit of, if you have this stuff, record through it as much as you can. I use these here, and I get on the crown you can just switch, and now this one is connected here, and I can switch again to connect it to there directly. Super practical. I also have XLRs on the back, so I can patch these two, for example, straight into here, record through the MAG, or record through this compressor. So yeah, recall. That's the sad part. So on my LA4, I have kind of found a setting I like, and I don't touch the knobs on the hardware unit anymore. I drive it by sending more signal into it. So if I wanted to work harder, I send more signal into it. Well, most of the time, that's what I do. So yeah, and even though I use these as plugins, I'm gonna bounce quickly. If I see that, for example, I use these on a piano track and the sound is definitely something I want, then I do a bounce. Yeah. Same here. The SSL6. Am I happy with it? Yes. What I use most is the talking back functions and the routing. because see, here's my little laptop. As I do recordings with clients in Sweden, for example, and the SSL6 together with my Stream Deck and an extra computer. So it's so smooth and easy to set up. You know, they can talk the people, the voice talent in here, people on Teams or Skype or Zoom or whatever, and that's so easy and such a good quality too. Together, this SSL6 together with my little streaming thing. So that's a huge benefit of having the 6. Okay, so Nils is also asking if you should get the SSL6, so just stick with his RME. It totally depends on what you need and stuff. Mixing down on the SSL6 is fun and good. I have it set so that my main channel of the DAW comes here, and then I bounce out or give other tracks that need it their own channel. And I don't know about the SSL sound so much on this. It's fine. But what's really beneficial is, like this guitar track, for example, having that on a fader by itself is so much quicker to work with a fader and find that's the level. That's it. It's good. Oh, that's too much. Oh, no, it's too little. So, so quicker. Same with this. Finding the sound you want on analog hardware, so much quicker. Yeah, and also on the 6, giving instruments their own tracks, you just make them have their own space somehow, magically. Yeah. What's next? What did he ask? Lunchbox together. Yeah, so it's up to you and what you need. But do you need to route signals a lot? Having the mixer is great. Having the summing possibility is good. Can make life quicker, but then you have to do the real-time bouncing and stuff instead. So that's usually something I save for the end. Fine-tuning. Oh yeah, vocals just tiny bit up. And then afterwards, I just reset everything, have them on 0. So the starting point is the same on everything. But then the Cranborn again has a mixer. And, some of the options, routing possibilities here, which sadly I don't use much, but it can, cover a lot of the parts that you need a mixer for. You hear and yeah, it's a really good summing mixer here. So that might be something that would cover what you need. But also I know the RME software is just as flexible as the Antelope software. So that could also cover a lot of your needs. It's opening up the panel for the Orion there. So before I got any of this, I used this much more. It has 4 mixers. And so easy to route stuff to the different mixers. So I had one mixer for the people in the booth and one for me. And this has effects and meters and stuff. So this is also really, really flexible. So I don't know. You can cover a lot of grounds with your RME software. You arrive quicker, I think, when you mix through analog gear to get the sound you want, but then recalling it is a pain. This also is quicker, and it's so flexible. This tiny little mixer, so many options, so many things you can do. I think I'm using that maximum 1/3 of the of the possibilities here. But I had a plan when I got this, and I knew exactly what type of work I wanted this to do, and that's how it's set up. Yeah. Did this answer any questions? Who knows? Nils, get back to me if you have follow-up questions. I'll see you around.